Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. In the name of Allah, the most gracious, most merciful. Hello and welcome to a new episode of Teaching English on Dروس Super Goal 3. Before we start, I'd like to welcome my colleague, Mr. Salih Al-Aujan, the interpreter to the sign language. As always, we start our class by reviewing the objectives, what we are planning to achieve at the end of this class, inshallah. At the end of the class, students will be able to identify what Unit 8 is mainly about, what is the content of this unit. Also, the student will be able to identify some illnesses and their symptoms. Number 3, the students will be able to name some body parts, okay, the parts of the body. And the last one, also students will be able to ask and answer questions about some medical problems. Okay, now we are starting a new unit, that is Unit 8 from Super Goal 3. The title of this unit is What's Wrong? What's Wrong? And this unit is mainly, when you ask this question, what's wrong, that means you want to ask about the health or the situation of a person that you are asking. In this unit, we are starting with the two sections, the first two sections. Number 1, listen and discuss, and pair work. So our class today is going to be mainly about listen and discuss, and section number 2, pair work. What are we going to study in this unit? Generally, we're going to name some health symptoms and illnesses. Also, we're going to learn about the human body and the parts of the human body. Also, in this unit, we're going to learn some expressions of sympathy. When somebody is in a trouble and you want to express your sympathy to him, you will learn how to use the expressions to ask about that or to tell that. Also, your students will be able to ask and talk about health in general. People's health is something very important to everybody, so how to ask about the health. Also, you will learn how to make suggestions and give advice. If somebody has a problem, or especially medical problem, how to advise him or her. Also, you will learn the difference between a cold and the flu. There are two illnesses, very famous illnesses, very common illnesses, that is the flu and a cold. What are the differences between these two illnesses? That will be, inshallah, in a reading passage later on. The students also will learn how to present home remedies for common illnesses. You don't need to go to the doctor for some illnesses. You can do some remedies at home to give to the patient. Before we start our class, let's make a quick review on the previous lesson that we studied at the end of the previous unit, for meaning and function. And in this unit, we studied because and so. Also, we studied so and neither. Because and so, we use because to give a reason, as we said before, and we use so to give a result. Okay, so let's read the example here. Most accidents happen because people don't pay attention. So what is the reason for the accidents? The reason is people don't pay attention to the rules. Okay, so this is the two sentences that are joined with the conjunction because. Another example, he didn't see the stop sign. What happened? What is the result of that? He caused an accident. An accident happened. Why? Because he didn't see the stop sign. So that is the result. We talked also about so and neither. And we told you that both so and neither, we use them to show agreement with the speaker. When somebody, for example, says, I'm hungry, and you want to agree with him or her, you say like this, so am I. But when he uses or she uses a negative statement like this one, the same sentence, but in the negative form, I'm not hungry, and you want to agree with him or with her, you use the same, but you use neither. Okay, neither am I. Let's take some example here. I speak Spanish. You can say, so do I. This one, I don't speak Spanish. You use neither because it is in the negative. Neither do I. I ate breakfast. So did I. I didn't eat breakfast. How to agree? You use neither because it is in the negative form. Neither did I. And you have to notice something very important. The tense You use the same tense. Like here we use did because we're talking in the past. I was worried. You say so was I. Okay. I wasn't worried. You use neither here. Neither was I. I cleaned my room yesterday. You can say so did I. Why did we use did here? Because clean is used in the past. Cleaned. Okay. Look, notice the ed here, which indicates the past. I didn't clean my room yesterday. This is a negative sentence. So since it is a negative sentence, we use neither, as we said here. Neither did I. Okay, there is a very important word that we studied in the previous unit. Let's see what this word is. A characteristic or feature of someone. When you want to describe someone, what the characteristics he has or she has, okay, that distinguishes him or her from the other, or distinguish him from others, that is the quality of a person. What is the quality of a person? The things that he has or she has which make them different from others. Look at the example here that when we read that in the reading passage, when we told you how to become cool. This is a very important piece of advice. Be proud of your qualities and who you are. You have to take care of yourself and protect yourself from others by being proud of yourself, of your qualities. Okay, now we move to our main class today, that is listen and discuss. In this lesson, we're going to introduce the main theme, as always, of this unit, Unit 8. What is the title of Unit 8? What's wrong? Okay, as we said, we're going to talk about the human body and the health problems related to the organs of the human body. Look at these two pictures here. What can you see? You can think of that. Yes, we have a school bus. This is a school bus. So the school bus usually takes students. Okay, where does the school bus take them? Take them to this area. You can see some animals here. Where do we keep animals? Okay, very good. We keep animals in the zoo. Okay, so the school bus takes students to the zoo. But it was a bad school trip. What do you mean by bad? Not good. Bad is the opposite of good. So the trip was bad. Why was it bad? Let's see some pictures now and you will find out why this trip was bad. You can see this one here, this boy here. Is he okay? No, he's not okay. Why? Because he has some illnesses. He has a cough, for example. And this one also is not well. He has illness. What is the illness? We're going to learn more about the illness, the symptom, and also we'll know what his name is as well. This one also has a problem, medical problem. This one also has a health problem as well. This boy also has a health problem. And this girl also has a health problem as well. This one and this one. What did they have? What are the medical problems or the illnesses they had which made the school trip bad? Okay, let's answer some questions here to warm up before reading. What are the most common illnesses you know about? The common illnesses, the illnesses that happens to people regularly. Okay, like what? Like cold, for example, like the flu, okay, like headache, like earache, okay, like sore throat, and we have many illnesses that are considered as common. Common means happens to so many people and happens regularly. Another question here, what do you think happened to the boys on their school trip to the zoo? What happened to them? They had some health problems, medical problems. Okay, what happened to the girls on their school trip to the museum? We told you that the students or the boys went to the zoo and the girls went to the museum, but all of them had some health problems. Okay, let's learn more about each one of these boys, what he had or what she had. The first one here, this one is Sam. His name is Sam. What did he have? The illness. In each one of them, we'll tell you the illness and the symptom. The illness is cold. The symptom, as you can see here, sneezing, watery eyes. What do you mean by illness? Illness is the disease or the thing, the health problem that happens to a person. The symptoms are the indicators, the things that indicate the thing for the doctor to diagnose, to tell what the problem, what the health problem is. So we call it symptom, what appears on him. Like, for example, the pain. Pain is not a disease, it's not an illness, it's an indicator. So we call it a symptom. It's a symptom that tells that there is a problem or there is a health problem. Also, when you have the fever, for example, the temperature, when the temperature is high, this is not a disease in itself, but it is an indicator. So we call it a symptom to tell the doctor what the problem is by making some investigations to check how to treat the patient, how to diagnose, and how to tell exactly what the illness is. So here we have Sam. He has cold, and the symptoms for cold, usually sneezing when the air comes out from your mouth or from your nose suddenly, okay, and strongly. That is the sneezing. Watery eyes, when your eyes pour some water, when they tear, okay, water comes out from your eyes. Okay, here, this one is George. His name is George. What is the illness he has? He has a headache. Look at him. He's holding his head. This is the head. So since he's holding his head, that indicates that he has pain in his head. So his head hurts him. We call this headache. Okay, notice here, head, we add a suffix A-C-H-E. We call it ache. You have to memorize this and to learn it well, because we'll have it with other words that will make naming things easier for you. So illness, headache. The symptoms, what appears to tell that it is a headache, his head hurts him. That means he feels pain in his head. And this boy is Charles. This name is Charles. What is the illness he has? It's a cough. How do you know it is a cough? Okay, the symptom, sore chest, long periods of coughing. His chest hurts him. And also he has a long period of coughing. That means he's coughing a lot. The cough is the air that comes out from the lungs, from the chest. That we call this a cough. Look at the picture. It can tell you what a cough is. Okay, we move to the other boys, like this one here. His name is Peter. What is the illness he has? Stomachache. The stomachache is the pain in the stomach, in the abdomen. We call it, this area is called stomach. So when he has pain, as we said before, headache, we add A-C-H-E. And for stomach, we add also A-C-H-E. So we can tell that this is the diagnosis, or this is the illness that the boy here, Peter, has. So we call it stomachache, pain in the stomach. Okay, what are the symptoms? Diarrhea and vomiting. The diarrhea is the solid waste usually comes normal, but not solid this time, it becomes watery. So this is called diarrhea, and it happens so often, so we call this a diarrhea. Okay, vomiting, when the person throws up, when he throws up, when something in the stomach comes out through the mouth, we call this vomiting. So these are the symptoms for a stomach ache. You can tell that it is a stomach ache by some symptoms, one of these or two of these symptoms, diarrhea and vomiting. This one here, his name is Michael. What is the illness he has? He has earache. So we know the ear, this is the ear. Okay, look at his ear here. This is the ear, and he has pain in his ear, so we call it earache. Also, we use ache again with ear, with stomach, with head, as we mentioned before. So illness is earache. What indicates that he has an illness of earache? Look at the symptoms. Pain in the ear. When you have pain in your ear, that means the doctor can decide that is an earache. Okay. This girl is Sarah. Her name is Sarah. Okay, and she has flu. We call it flu. That is the short form of fluenza. We call it flu. And the symptoms: fever, runny nose. What is the fever? The fever when the temperature, the body temperature, is higher than normal. The normal temperature, as everybody knows, is 37 degrees. That is the normal temperature. But when it is above 37, it is considered as fever. So the symptoms of the flu, fever and runny nose. When the nose discharges some watery mucus much time, we call it flu. Okay, that is an indication of the flu. And here we have Maria. This is Maria. What is the illness she has? She has a sore throat. So her throat, this is the throat, hurts her. How do we know that is a sore throat? Let's see what the symptoms are. We have pain in the throat. When there is pain in the throat, it is usually a sore throat. It is diagnosed as sore throat. And you can tell from the picture here of Sonia. This is Sonia. What is the illness she has? It is a toothache. Again, we have ache again with another word, which is the tooth. We can say here toothache. So the pain in the tooth, we call it toothache. So what's the symptom? Tooth aches. So that means her tooth pains, has pain, or she has a pain in her tooth. So look at her cheek, swollen, becoming bigger. That means it indicates that she has a toothache. Okay, now we move to something very important. Look at this person here. We can name some body organs for humans, okay? Like this one here, look at the arrow here. What does this arrow indicate, or what is this body organ? It is the eye. We call it eye. This one is an eye. This one here, what is it? You can name it. It is an ear. Very good. Okay, this one, what do you call it? We had it a while ago when we said sore throat, so this is a throat. And this one, okay, that is a shoulder. That is a shoulder. This is the place which joins the neck to the arm. So we call it shoulder. And this one is back. We call it back. This one is the arm. Here, this is the arm. This is the arm. And this one, it is a hand. Very good. That is a hand. And here, okay, that is a knee. We call it knee. This is a knee. And here we have a leg. This is a leg. This one is a foot. This is a foot. And here, what is this? This is the head. Head. Okay. And here, this is a nose. Okay, this is a nose. And here we have the mouth. This is the mouth. And here, these are teeth. One tooth, many teeth. Okay, so these are teeth. And here we have neck. This is the neck. Okay, the neck is the organ that joins the head to the shoulders. Okay, and this one is the stomach. We call it stomach. When he has pain in the stomach, as we said before, we say stomach ache. Okay, now look at this girl. Where is this girl? She is at a clinic. She is with a doctor. So here we can tell that this is a clinic, or this is a doctor's room, and this girl is complaining of something, and she wants to tell the doctor what she is having, what is the problem. When she tells the doctor her symptoms, the doctor will decide what illness she has. Okay, let's read and listen at the same time to what she says to the doctor and what the doctor tells her about and what the diagnosis is. Okay?
Doctor, I feel sick. I have an awful headache and I have a high temperature. What's wrong with me? I think you have the flu. You should drink a lot of liquids and you shouldn't go out. You should stay in bed and rest.
Okay, so you notice here the patient, we call this girl patient. Why is she called a patient? Because she is at the hospital now and she's telling the doctor, or she is giving her complaints, the things that she is suffering of. Let's read it again. Doctor, I feel sick. Okay, this is very general idea. I feel sick. I'm not feeling very well. And she's starting now to tell the symptoms, the indicators, the things that she has which can help the doctor decide what the illness is. So she says here, I have an awful headache. She describes the headache as very bad. So she says, awful headache. And I have a high temperature. High temperature, that means the her body is hot, okay, because of the fever maybe. What's wrong with me? She's asking the doctor, what's wrong with her? I think you have the flu. This is the doctor replies. She gave the diagnosis or the illness. She has the flu. What is the flu? We explained before what the flu is. And later on, inshallah, we're going to take a reading passage telling you what the difference between the flu and the cold. Okay? You should, always you hear this word, you should. That is the advice of the doctor. What you should do and what you shouldn't do. So you should drink a lot of liquids. That means you have to drink liquids like, for example, water, like juice, like soup, and so on. And you shouldn't, here, you shouldn't what? Go out. You should stay home and don't go out. You should stay in bed and rest. You have to stay in bed and not to go out of the bed to relax, and this will help you to be better. Okay? Now, there is something important here for your information. FYI, that is an acronym for your information. A normal body temperature is 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit, and for the centigrade we say 37.0 degrees centigrade. That is the normal body temperature for a normal person. Okay, now let's go to the vocabulary. This is exercise A in your book, page 65. Let's answer it all together. The vocabulary: relate body parts to illnesses. Like here, nose. What are the illnesses that are related to the nose usually? Like this ones. This is an example which is given to you in your book. Runny nose, when the nose discharges water so often, we call it runny nose. Also cold and sneezing. They are related to the nose mostly. Okay, what about the head? What are the illnesses that are related to head usually? Like headache and fever. When you have headache, when you have fever, you can feel it from your head. Okay, what about eyes? When you have problems in your eyes, you have watery eyes, tearing. Water comes out of your ear, and also cold. Cold is related to eyes also. Mouth. Okay, what is the illnesses that are related to mouth? Toothache. Teeth. You have teeth, and when you have pain in your tooth, we call it toothache. That is inside your mouth. Another one here, throat. This is the throat. What are the illnesses related to throat? The sore throat. Okay, when you have influenza and when you have cold, usually you have sore throat. Ear. What are the illnesses that are related to ear? Earache. When you have pain in your ear, that's called earache. Stomach. What are the illnesses related to stomach? That's stomach ache in general, diarrhea and vomiting, and we explained what diarrhea and vomiting are. Chest. What is the problem? What's the illness that is related to the chest? It is coughing. If you have a problem in your chest, in your lungs, inside the chest, that means you have coughing. Okay? Okay, now exercise B, comprehension. We read about the boys and girls, the boys who went to the zoo and the girls who went to the museum, and we want to check for your understanding, your comprehension, how much you remember from the information that we gave you about these boys. Answer yes or no. Sarah has a high temperature. Is this statement true or false? If yes, if true, you can say yes. So Sarah, right, has a high temperature because it said that she has fever. What is fever? Fever is an illness that makes the body temperature high. So Sarah, yes, has a temperature. Maria has, Maria's throat is sore. Yes, that mentioned that she has a sore throat, okay, pain in the throat. Number 3, Peter's stomach hurts. Okay, look at him. He is feeling pain in his stomach, so he has a pain in his stomach. That's right. If you go back to your book, page 64, you will find some information about Peter, that he has a stomach ache. Okay, the patient at the doctor's office doesn't have fever. That's wrong. She has fever. She said, I have a high temperature. Okay, number 5, the doctor says the patient should stay at home. Is that right? Yes, The doctor advised the girl here to stay home and to rest in the bed. Okay, the pair work, this is your time now to practice asking a member of your family or ask a classmate about the questions that we had a while ago. Like the title of this unit, what's wrong? Okay, let one of your classmates or one of your family act like he's suffering from pain and ask him or her what's wrong. Or you can ask also what's the matter. Both are okay. What's the matter? What's wrong? The answer can be like this. I have a stomachache. Okay, I have stomachache. And also you can ask this question or you answer like this. You give advice here. You give advice, and we told you that when you want to give advice, it's better to use should. You should take some medicine like this one. And also you can ask this question, what do you do when you have a cold? What do you do when you have a cold? Okay, I usually take some aspirin. Okay, I usually take some aspirin. You can practice this conversation with a member of your family or with a classmate. Okay, also another game, very funny game, a guessing game. You can act something or mime something and let the other person tell you what you have. Like for example, if you hold your ear like this, he will tell that you have earache. You hold your cheek like this, he will tell you that you have a toothache. You will hold your throat like this, and he or she will tell you that you have a sore throat. You will hold your head, for example, and he will or she will tell you that you have a headache. Okay, and so on. You can practice doing that, and it is a very good game. Okay, there is also an exercise that is in your workbook, page 119, the same one that we had a while ago. You can name the body parts, as we said before. These are the body parts that we mentioned, and you can answer it by yourself in your book, workbook, page 119. Okay, these are the body parts. And we come to the end of our class today. Thank you for watching, and see you inshallah in our next episode. Goodbye.